So I've got here a wooden case on some wheels. You can see it rolls very smoothly. You can roll it back and forth. Now, if you assume these wheels are round, well, you'd be wrong. They're actually triangles. So these are actually called Reuleaux triangles. They're solids of constant width. So if you can roll around on triangles just like you can with circles, then why have we been using circles for wheels for so long? Well, let me show you the problem with using these Reuleaux triangles as wheels. So let's set the triangle like this and find the very center of it, the center from the top from the bottom. I'm going to say it's about right there. Now watch what happens to that center as it rolls. So even though this glass is staying at the same height, watch what happens to that piece of tape there. So you'll notice that the piece of tape was actually moving up and down as it rolled. So if you were to follow the point of the triangle as it rolled, you'd find that it traces out a square. But you'll notice that if you point to the center of mass of the triangle as it's tracing out that square, it moves in a circle. So it moves up and down as it rolls. Normally we don't just set wheels on the ground and then set something on top of them and have them roll. But we want to fix the wheels to the vehicle. And so if we try to fix the Reuleaux triangles to the vehicle, we have to set an axle through them. And the problem is that there's not a constant center of mass at a constant height. That height is always changing. So that means if you're going to hook an axle to it, that axle has to be able to move freely up and down in order to keep the top fixed at a fixed height. Now when these wheels are just loosely rolling on the ground, that's fine because there's no axle having to hold them in place. But if you want to put an axle through it, you got to make sure that it can loosely move up and down. And I've actually seen a YouTube video of someone who made a Reuleaux triangle bike, and basically they had the axles able to adjust up and down as it was rolling, and so the guy on the bike was just moving smoothly. I'll put a link in the description to that video. So it definitely is possible to make wheels out of triangles that roll smoothly, but the problem is you have to have more complex axles for them. Now these Reuleaux triangles don't make great wheels because the center of mass moves in a circle like that as it rolls. It moves up and down. But one cool thing about that is that means that you can actually change a rotational axis, a fixed rotational axis, into reciprocating motion, like this. So notice in this mechanism here, it's changing this rotational motion into basically a square motion. Notice how it moves in an exact square. Whereas if you were just to use a wheel or something, it would move in a circle. Now if you want to draw a two-dimensional Reuleaux triangle, it's pretty easy actually. You just start with a regular triangle and then get some circle and just connect 2 points of the triangle here. And then connect these 2 points. And then these 2 points. And you have yourself a Reuleaux triangle. Now what's interesting about these curves of constant width is you don't have to start with a triangle to make them. You can start with a shape with any number of sides. And if you want to make a shape that doesn't have its center of mass changing position, then you just have to increase the number of sides. As your number of sides approach infinity, then your center of mass stays right in the center. And that's called a circle or a wheel. So it turns out it is actually a good idea to use a circle for wheels. Hey everyone, thanks for watching another episode of the Action Lab. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit the bell to be notified when my latest video's out. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.